In the communication-heavy landscape of 2026, organizations face a paradoxical challenge in customer retention. It is not the absence of content that risks the client relationship, but a deficit of thoughtful orchestration across messaging platforms. This academic discourse elucidates the operational distinctions, technical prerequisites, and psychological underpinnings attendant to synthesizing email, SMS, and push notifications within a unified framework, thus transcending the inefficacies of multi-channel messaging and protecting consumer attention. The principle of synchronization beckons marketers to evolve from fragmented broadcast models toward cohesive unified messaging. In silos, messaging is disconnected, fostering saturation, where users are barraged with overlapping content until disenchantment triggers immediate opt-outs. The paradigm shift mandates that every outbound communication be contextually aware. The system must know if a recipient has already acknowledged an earlier message regarding, for example, a flash sale. Sending redundant content via a different channel soon after is not perceived as persistent engagement, but as a disruptive intrusion. Thus, synchronization is both a technological and semiotic imperative, ensuring enterprises maintain a singular, intelligible narrative throughout all consumer touchpoints. At the technical core of this orchestration fluency lies frequency capping. This mechanism acts as a central governor, limiting the cumulative volume of communications delivered to any one user within a designated temporal window. For instance, implementing a rule of 3 touchpoints every 48 hours dissolves the legacy problem where isolated email and mobile departments flood users with campaign messaging indiscriminately. The implementation of cross-channel frequency capping forestalls channel fatigue by constraining communication to levels that safeguard the recipient's mental bandwidth from overload. Its success hinges on real-time interdepartmental data exchange and an infrastructure that treats the user, not the channel, as the primary constraint. The orchestration engine's sophistication is further enhanced by priority logic. Not every message warrants equal delivery urgency or channel allocation. Transactional communications, such as order confirmations or security alerts, possess intrinsic precedence over promotional or informational notices. In 2026, this is operationalized through dynamic channel affinity scoring. As systems monitor user engagement history, detecting a preference for push notifications over email, for example, messaging is accordingly prioritized, with alternative channels suppressed. Such adaptive logic shifts from a one-size-fits-all approach to personalized channel arbitration, balancing efficacy with respect for the user's evolving habits. Cognizance of channel saturation is critical in stewarding customer attention as a finite commodity. Analytics platforms in 2026 mine saturation metrics to trace the inflection points at which additional messages catalyze elevated rates of customer churn. By correlating communication density with attrition data, such as identifying a 40% increase in churn amongst cohorts receiving over 5 messages per week, the orchestration platform can automatically enforce cooling-off periods. This proactive regulation minimizes the risk of message fatigue, employing algorithmic restraint where previously unchecked enthusiasm for outreach would have spelled decline. The final facet of this orchestration architecture is embodied in the Centralized Preference Center. Modern consumers are invited to curate not merely their desire to receive communications, but the modality, urgency, and cadence of those interactions. Rather than a binary unsubscribe all, users select SMS for urgent matters and stipulate email for less frequent, comprehensive summaries. This granularity transforms communications from corporate imposition into user-defined experiences, elevating trust and fortifying long-term engagement. In summation, The orchestration of omnichannel communications in 2026 demands a paradigm in which content is subservient to context, volume is modulated by behavioral analysis, and user choice governs every potential touchpoint. Organizations who master these pillars will emerge not as broadcasters in the noise, but as curatorial authorities in the attention economy.